Hi everyone and welcome. Welcome to Mental Profits. Welcome to a training on CQCE. Clarify, qualify, create expectation. It's a formula I created that I believe is going to help anyone in a sales situation. And this could be parents trying to sell their kids on why they should join sports or why they shouldn't be playing video games. But I think the bigger group is going to be my friends and family in network marketing. So let's talk about prospecting. Prospecting is becoming the professional searcher. I mean, that's how I see it, the professional searcher. It doesn't say about enrolling people into your business. It doesn't say about getting them started. Because if you focus on enrolling people, they can unenroll. If you focus about finding out about people, they can unfind out about you. What we're looking for is we're just searching. And what are we searching for? Well, let's start with the word clarify. Let's clarify prospecting. What are you going to do? What does prospecting mean to you? What is the end result you're looking for? See, a lot of times people say, well, I want them to get started. Some people may say, I want them to buy the largest getting started pack. But isn't it more than that? Aren't you prospecting for a diamond or for the highest rank in your compensation plan? Well, Sean, I never thought of it that way. That's what I'm talking about. Let's clarify it. When you go to prospect, see, because when you prospect people, what are you giving up? You're giving up your life. You're giving up your time to talk to somebody. Have we ever prospected people, myself included, have we ever prospected people and they said no, or you wasted your time, or they said yes and got started and never did anything? So this big part of what we're talking about right now is how do we clarify this? First of all, we got to clarify it for you. So what does prospecting look like to you? Are you prospecting a royal diamond? Are you prospecting a national director, an executive director? Are you prospecting the grand poobah for your company? See, if that's the case, if you were looking for somebody that's going to take it to the top, what are the qualities they need to have? Might that keep you from talking or wasting time with some folks? So what if you were to qualify what it is that you're prospecting? Now let's say we've got that taken care of. Let's say we've qualified it. There's no more question about it. So what are the qualities this person should have? See, because it makes it a lot different now. Now if we're starting to prospect a personality, personal traits, personal upbringing, personal understanding of what success is, of understanding of what personal development is, or their desire or want to have that. Wouldn't we be asking questions different than, are you happy with as much money as you make? Do you have all the free time that you want? Do you enjoy your life? Those questions wouldn't even be a part of it, would they? See, because there's people who have nothing and absolutely are in love with life. There's people who have everything and absolutely hate every breath they take. So qualify. What are the qualities you're now looking for in that person? Because the reason I want you to identify that is because once you identify what the qualities are you are looking for in your prospect, you'll then be able to create the questions. I'll share with you some of the things that I use. Now, these are things I use. I don't know if they'll work for you. But I think you'll be able to take some of them and see if they can be of value for you, be of value for your team. So, let me share with you some of the things that I look for. So I'm talking to somebody. I find something that's unique about them. I find something that stands out. And you know what those things are. It could be a handbag, could be a haircut, could be a jacket they're wearing, could be shoes they're wearing, could be the car they're driving, could be the smile, the energy they have. So usually when I'm sitting with folks, I'm looking and listening with my heart. I'm listening for something that's special about them, the way they treated the people around them, the way they, that phrase that maybe you've heard me say, who you are speaks so loud, I don't need to hear what you're saying. So if I fly a lot and I'm in hotels a lot and I listen. And I listen to how people say hello to me. And so I'm just listening for that something special. So a lot of times, a couple of things I'll ask somebody is, where do they get their confidence from? If I'm watching somebody and they just absolutely handle a situation with total breeze, or the way they carry themselves as they're walking around. I see this a lot with servers. I see it a lot with people in the entertainment industry. There's just a way they carry themselves. I do a lot of trainings where I can just watch people walk into a room and the way they command attention, but they do it with love. So again, we're not talking about, so are you happy with how much money you make? No, I haven't asked that question in decades. Why? Because it doesn't bring any value. I'll explain that in just a second. So if I ask somebody, hey, listen, I was watching you. Man, where do you get your confidence from? Where did you learn how to be in control of you? And you know what? They've never been asked that question before. Very rarely has anyone ever been asked that question before. So part of how I stand out in a group is I do things others won't. But I've paid a lot of attention and I've learned over the years how to just be different, right? Mark Twain said it best. If you find yourself moving or in flow with the majority, it's time to turn around and go the opposite way. So I decided that a long time ago. So where do you get your confidence from? Now, if I were to ask you that, tell me, where do you get your confidence from? Do you think you would be offended? Do you think you would have fear? Do you think that I'd be a jerk in listening to that response? Or do you think that maybe this person saw something in me that I know I have, but boy, nobody's ever asked me that before. What are the two big things we talk about in network marketing? Right? Recognition is one of them. So why not start with the end? Why do we have to wait to the national convention to go recognize somebody on our team? Recognize them when you're prospecting. Boy, wouldn't that be valuable? Wouldn't that set the stage for them to know the rest of the story? So I look for confidence. I look for courage. I look for these traits. My mission statement is 2 words: courageous integrity. So I'm tuned in to look for people who are courageous and who have integrity. And so those are the kinds of questions I ask. So now what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to clarify who they are. Because I'm looking to sponsor the Royal Diamond, the national director, the highest of the high in the compensation plan. What does it take for somebody to get there? They can't be intimidated at the drop of a hat. They can't be fearful. They can't be afraid. Now they can have fear, but they'll always work through it. Is this making sense? I hope so. So clarify. So now that we kind of find out who they are, and we've clarified a little bit about them, I ask them, so let me ask you, in the last 6 months, do you feel comfortable with the work that you've done, the focus that you've put in, that the next 6 months you'll achieve your goals that you have laid out? I usually get that, what? In the last 6 months, have you purposely, on purpose, been working towards your goals? Or have you been stranded and frustrated and really haven't been able to find that path to be 100% committed to knowing you're on the right path? More often than not, it's the second one. Okay, so the last 6 months have kind of been, they've been busy, but they haven't been fruitful. Would that be a fair statement? Okay. So the next 6 months, Are you planning to attend any workshops, be trained, hire a personal coach, a mentor to help you start from today and make the next 6 months your best 6 months? Well, no, I wouldn't know where to begin to do that. So 12 months of your life's going to go by and you may or may not be working towards your goal. Do you have any stress in your life? Starting to see where it might be coming from? What I wanted to know is, I really, like I said, I admire your courage, I admire your courageousness. I'd like to know, I'd like to find out if there's a chance that you'd be open to changing that. You'd be open to making the next 6 months probably your best 6 months. You'd be open to making the next 6 months at least a discovery of some of the things you might want to do and maybe some of the things you might not want to do. Would you be open to looking at a plan that wouldn't affect what you're currently doing to have more in your life? Now, the words were key. I learned those from Larry Thompson. If you don't know Larry Thompson, he's one of the first generation network marketer legends in our industry. Started the Herbalife with Jim Rohn and some other folks, but did you hear Jim Rohn? Yeah. Pretty sharp guy, amazing guy. Was just at another meeting with him this past week. So I want to find out in this clarifying, are they really looking? See, if I push them to, hey, listen, you need to be at a hotel meeting next Tuesday. I don't care how excited they get. If they don't know why they're going to attend, if they're not clear, if it's not clarified why they're going to attend, they're not going to show up. Has anyone ever invited anyone to a hotel meeting and they not showed up? We do the network marketing salute. Where are they? So, clarifying. We need to clarify what it is they want. So if they say, well, yeah, I'd be open to that. You got to learn these 3 little letters. I know we say it all the time. We talk about it at every Super Saturday meeting and every global event and everything else. The 3 letters are why. Yeah, I want to do that. Could you tell me why? And don't be surprised if they go, I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I want to do. I don't want what I got. I want more. I want to do something different. Well, great. Do you know why you want to come to the hotel meeting? Well, you told me it could be something different. So, listen carefully. Get your pen out. I'm talking to you, the viewer of this video. Get your pen out. Make sure you write this down. So let me ask you. If you want something you've not had before, would it be fair to say, this is the clarifying conversation we're having, if you wanted something you've not had before, would it be fair to say that you might have to do something you've not done before? Yeah. So if you do something you've not done before, let's use common sense, you'd probably feel a way you've not felt before. So to do something you've not done before, you'll have to feel a way you've not felt before. You'll probably have to hear things you've never heard before. Yep. So have you heard of my company? Nope. Awesome. Have you ever been to the professional side of the network marketing industry? Nope. Awesome. And if we take you to the professional side, you're going to learn the professional way to do the industry that fits into your schedule without affecting what you're currently doing. But if we could teach you how to be in the professional side of this industry to achieve success you've not had before, would that be okay? Well, sure. So I guess I'll see you at the Tuesday meeting. Because at the Tuesday meeting, you're going to hear about something you've not heard before. You're going to learn things that you've not learned before and how to do things you've not done before to achieve what? The success you've not had before. Would that be okay? Yeah. So now let me ask you, so here's pause. Has anyone ever invited somebody and they not showed up? Okay, we're going back to the script. So let me ask you. You're coming Tuesday, you're all excited because we've clarified what it is that you need to do. What would keep you, this is the question I ask, what would keep you from coming on Tuesday night or Thursday night? Well, I don't know, nothing. Are you sure? Because when I call you on Wednesday, the world must have ended. What would keep you, I want to know, what would keep you from coming? Is there any family commitments? Is there any, maybe you're going to get called in for work? Because I don't want you to feel bad on Wednesday when I call you and you didn't show up and I ask you why. I need to know the reason why, because you're committed now to doing something, right? I mean, that's your reasons, not mine. Remember I told you we're going to find the solution they're looking for? Does this make sense? I hope so. My daddy said if it makes sense, it'll make dollars. So in clarifying, what we're going to be doing is really clarifying. It's really getting rid of the static. It's really going from all of these things, getting it down to the point that they want. But we've got to be good at doing one thing. We, in our prospecting, have to be great at learning how to ask questions based on their comments. See, when I have a conversation with somebody, I was at a pretty cool event just this past Thursday, I guess it was. August 21st, Def Leppard did a concert in Dallas. On the 20th, I was at a private workshop. Maybe you've seen my cover photos from time to time with Phil Collin, the guitarist from Def Leppard. And it was not only Phil, it was his bride, Helen, who's absolutely amazing, and a dear friend of theirs, Debbie Blackwell Cook. And I say all of that to say it was surreal. And in that conversations, in some of the conversations we had there was a gentleman that it's not even in 15 minutes, in 10 minutes, I was able to clarify some things that had been holding him back for years. And a very dear friend of his was there who I had also just met. And I had kind of let her experience this process as well. And she said to me, do to him what you did to me. Take him through that 5 minute of unveiling personal power, of personal wealth, of personal success. And that's what these questions do. I had to listen and ask questions based on conversation we were having, not based on a script I had. So clarify. And in the other programs about qualify and create expectation, those are going to be as powerful as well, because that takes this, and as we get it down, what we're going to constantly be doing is dropping these people through a funnel that they're the ones that come out the bottom. We never push them through. We never force them through. When they come out the bottom, they go into the next one. We clarify, then we qualify, and then we create expectation. The create expectation part, I can promise you, that's going to take some work on your part. It's because we all know how to ask questions. We all know how to clarify, maybe not at the level that I'm teaching you right now, but the qualify, that you got to get better at asking questions. And then the create expectation, I can promise you, if you get good at that, boy, your numbers are going to go through the roof. Your team's numbers are going to go through the roof. Let me give you an example of the create expectation. So, this person that we've invited to the Tuesday or Thursday workshop, right, the hotel meeting. So tell me, let me ask you, if you came to the event, and based on what you shared with me now, you were able to get X, Y, and Z, crystal clear solutions that you and I are going to work on over the course of the next 72 hours, the next 7 days, and the next 6 weeks. If you knew at the end of that hour-long workshop, that hour-long hotel meeting, business presentation, biz up, whatever you call yours, at the end of that hour, you were either on totally the right path, or you knew this you wouldn't have to spend another minute learning about. Because it's either yes, you're totally on the right path, or no, it's not. Because you're going to be as clear as possible. You're going to understand it. Would that be worth an hour of your time? And if it is, 6 months from now, do you think your life would be closer to where you want it to be, or farther away? So then I guess we'll be at the meeting, won't we? You see how and I promise you, it's so, when you learn that flow, it'll make it so much easier. So I hope this has been of value. If it has, share it with your team. Send me a note. Tell me you like it. Ask me questions about anything particular, because when I do my private coaching, just to give you an idea, this is a 1-year program that I take personal clients through. That's 52 weeks of sessions. And in those 52 weeks, I can promise you, you will not recognize your life at the end of 6 months, let alone 12 months later. But it is so crystal clear. Would you, if you spent the next 50 hours over the course of the next year, and you could double, triple, quadruple your income, maybe even a factor of your income, would it be worth it? What if you had a 100% guarantee that it would be worth it? Because guess what? If it's not working, you got to do what? Fire me. You got to stop. So there you go. Clarify, qualify, create expectation. We've just covered a little bit on the clarify. The next video, you're going to find a little bit more about qualify and how we do that. I'm Sean Murphy, and I'll see you where? At the next event. Visit mentalprofits.com and sign up for all of the podcasts there. Bye for now.